likes to define her role as part of this influential team. Rhiannon Mills, Sky News.
They're doing that walkabout just after 10 o'clock this morning. We'll bring it to you live here on Sky News. Now, over 3 million people across the UK live with a rare disease. The majority of rare diseases have no cure and many go undiagnosed. Well, today MPs, patients and their families will be joining together to raise awareness with policymakers and the public in honour of Rare Disease Day. Well, joining us now in the studio, Dan Louis, whose daughter Amelie was diagnosed with Tay-Sachs in 2011 and died last December. Dan, thank you very much for coming in. I mean, it must be extremely difficult to talk about still.
Yes.
But your experience has pushed you to come out openly and talk about Amelie and the experience that you had when she was diagnosed with a rare disease at just 15 months. What did you find when you were told that she had Tay-Sachs?
Well, we didn't really understand what the disease was or what the future would hold for her. So we did lots of research looking into it and realised that this is a condition which was going to affect her for the rest of her life and she would die from it. So we set out to look for support and a network of people we could speak to, and we unfortunately couldn't find that dedicated support for children affected by Tay-Sachs, which is why we set up the Cure and Action for Tay-Sachs Foundation.
Well, what is Tay-Sachs? Because obviously it is one of those rare diseases. Not many people have it, so not many people will know about it.
So Tay-Sachs affects around about 1 in 320,000 people here in the UK, and it's due to the lack of a certain enzyme in the brain. And without that enzyme, brain damage is caused by waste materials that build up. So the parents both carry a faulty gene which is passed on to the child.
Now, you say that you had great medical support in terms of from hospitals and healthcare professionals, but what was lacking was that support network, other parents who were going through the same thing. I mean, when somebody's diagnosed with cancer, for instance, you know the charities that you can go to for help and support, you know, because the support you need often isn't medical.
Now, of course, you need to be able to understand what actually the prognosis is, what the future is going to hold for you, how you can manage a child with such a complex condition. So the kids appear normal at first, and over time they lose that ability to function independently, so they're unable to eat for themselves, so they stop walking, talking and crawling. So having the experiences of the families and how they manage and cope with those symptoms of the condition is really important. That was one of the key drivers behind setting up the charity.
And you've set this up so other parents don't have to go what you went through alone.
Yes.
What was life like for Amelie? What will you be telling parents and sharing with them about, you know, how you made the best of what time you had with her?
So our key thing at home was always to make things as natural as possible. So she spent most of her time at home. She's rarely in hospital. We went on nice holidays. We'd go off to Disneyland with her in Paris. We took her down to Marseille actually last summer, which was a great family holiday we had with the other 2 children. And to keep that sense of normality for her was important. We think that really helped her and kept her alive for a lot longer than we thought she'd live.
Where did you find the confidence to do that? Because when parents have ill children, as you said, they can talk to other parents about experiences and what to do, what not to do. How did you find the confidence? Was it just through medical advice, or was it knowing your own daughter?
No, we understood Amelie, so we could understand how she was in terms of taking her abroad like that. My wife is a very determined person, so she wanted to take us on a beach holiday, and we finally did it after 7 years with her, which is a really important step for us to do.
Well, it is Rare Diseases Day today. It's being discussed in Parliament. You're getting MPs, leading opinion thinkers in to talk about this and raise awareness of the fact that, you know, there are these rare diseases out there, and even though they don't affect a lot of people, they are just as important. What do you hope that your charity can achieve?
So our main goal was to find a treatment for the disease, and we're very close to starting a gene therapy clinical trial, which has the potential to stop the onset of the disease. So we always knew from the beginning any treatment would be too late for Amelie, but we want to make sure that kids in the future have the opportunity to live a normal life. And with this potential treatment, which we should start very soon, we're going to achieve that.
Well, Dan, very brave to come on and speak to us. What a wonderful legacy you are leaving for Amelie. Thank you very much for highlighting Rare Diseases Day today. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
Right, we have got the